Hey there! This is another PC build video, and if you can't already tell, the system is going to be pretty affordable. I wouldn't say it's a budget rig in the sense that it's not going to cost like $400 or $500, but you know, under $1,000 is a sweet spot for a lot of builders, especially first-time builders just getting their feet wet in the custom DIY gaming PC space. Maybe you're building a system for the first time for school, and you don't want to spend too much. I understand that. I've been in that boat many times. And so it's all about value, how much value you can extract out of your rig for the money you spend. And I think this is a pretty decent value proposition here. B550 motherboard means we're going Ryzen 5 5600 here, RX 6600 XT. I'm using this card because many of you said it's a great value new, and so that's why it's here. 600 watt power supply, 80 plus, decent warranty, very affordable, 500 gig SSD, 16 gigs of DDR4, and this case over here from a company called Musatex, I think is a really sweet value. I've never built in it before, actually never even worked with the company before, but for around $80, you get a decent mid-tower, it's put together very well, and it comes with 6 ARGB fans. Yeah, 6. I mean, the fans alone are probably half the cost of the chassis, so that's pretty incredible. I think it's going to look really nice when everything's thrown into this, and I'm excited to see how powerful this rig is as well when it's all said and done. So with that, are you ready? Stick around for the ride. If you're building a PC like we are in this video, then you might be concerned about activating Windows. Retail keys can cost $100 or more, and it just doesn't make sense to pay that kind of money when you could literally run the OS for free and deal with a small watermark. But if you're looking for a much more affordable way to activate, consider an OEM key from VIP SCD Key. Their Windows 10 Pro keys are super affordable, and with their back-to-school sale running, you can save 30% on your purchases. The order process is super straightforward. Simply click the link below, select the operating system you intend to install on your machine, then click Buy Now. I like to pay via PayPal, and be sure to enter GSVIP, again that's GSVIP, into the coupon line to receive that 30% discount, good for a limited time through September 20th. Once you've placed your order, navigate to the user center to find your new key. Later in this video, I'll show you how to activate with this unique key, and don't worry, it only takes a few seconds. But we still kind of sort of need to build ours first. So we're gonna jump straight into this because I do want to include benchmarks at the end so that you can kind of gauge performance, determine whether or not this is a build for you. We're going to start things off with a B550 motherboard, and this is actually a brand new one we have not used before. Gigabyte actually sent out several of these for, there you go, Jeremy. I was waiting for you to, there you go. Sorry, Jeremy's behind the camera, folks, so if it's a little shaky, just give him crap for it in the comments. But Gigabyte was nice to send out like 5 of these motherboards, and they're actually for fix or flop videos. Why is this not, there it goes. But we're gonna use one for this build, because why not? Set this on the box, our little workstation. Now for the CPU, I know the box is for a 5600X, and that is the one I recommend you buy for a gaming PC, but we are gonna be using a 5600G because our 5600X is busy. So ignore the fact that it's a G SKU. You could use an APU if you want, although the APU itself, or I guess the integrated graphics processor, will be kind of pointless in it. But at least for gaming's sake. I'm gonna get the plastic off of this. You wanna give them some close-up action on this plastic peel, Jeremy? Look at that. That is the good stuff. Any more plastic on this one? I don't think so, unfortunately. Here is our lovely 5600G, 6 cores, 12 threads. She ain't bad, folks. Again, an APU. It's kind of a weird application for this, considering we're going with a discrete card in the build. So just buy the 5600X if you're in the market. And up next, memory installation. It's going to be slots 2 and 4. Mind the notch, folks. Gonna slide one of these in, push on one side, then the other till you hear 2 clicks. Gonna do the same for the second module. It's that easy. Gonna use the stock cooler. This decision is gonna be fairly subjective. If you wanna have a slightly cooler CPU, maybe a quieter system as well, then you can go with an aftermarket cooler. I like the fact that these are included stock with 5600Xs, and that's why I want to use it. It's just a beefier, well put together stock cooler versus the Intel counterpart usually. We just need to remove these 2 brackets. There we go, and now we just need some thermal paste. What shall I draw on here, Jeremy? Got anything in mind? Want to see my Picasso?
Yeah.
What do you want to see?
Smiley face.
A smiley face? All right, going with a good old smiley face. Just for the internet, because we know the internet's going to eat us alive for any sort of thermal paste application that's not That looks god-awful. Anyway, maybe give him a few freckles up top and call it a day. What? It looks fine, all right? There's nothing wrong with that. It's still going to run very cool, okay? Comment section's going to light us up anyway, but yeah, all right. It's fine. It's fine. We're going to be okay. Installing the cooler now, very straightforward. Just plop it directly on top of the chip and align the screw threads with the holes from the back plate underneath. You're going to want to push down just a tad. It's going to make a pretty sketchy sound here. That's what we're looking for. Oh yeah. Also be sure to cross tighten. You don't want to just like apply a ton of pressure to one side of the IHS and then the other, because you'll shove all the thermal paste into one corner and that's not good for temperatures. Did you know that, Jeremy?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
I was just making sure. Getting all that footage?
No.
No? Okay, you're fired. All right, and here we go. That is the platform looking very shiny. Are you getting that? Is the focus working? I know my face is in the shot too, so it's probably confused.
It's all right.
All right, and now we're gonna throw this in the case. Integrated back plate means it can just go straight in. Got a few extra standoffs in here. It's gonna be a tight fit, so we need to remove the exhaust fan, the case fan here, just so that we have room to slide the motherboard in, and then we'll tighten that case fan back down. Oh yeah, I love how like all the space is being used here. Just a tiny bit of room here for our cables. If you want to put a 360mm radiator here up front, you can. Just mind graphics card clearance. You can't put long cards in here. Tightening this down. There we go. So I think this looks pretty darn cool so far. Like I said, it's pretty restrictive front to back, but I like these compact builds. Next thing we're gonna do is wire it up. We'll get HD audio, all this stuff, USB Type-C even. One of the reasons why I wanted to go with a more modern platform is because this board has Type-C integration, so we can use that port at the front of the case. Once stuff is wired, we can move on to our storage, and then our power supply, and then the graphics card to round things out. Take care of some front panel wires down here at the bottom. This can get a bit annoying, but we're good. There we go. HD audio is gonna wrap around here. Cutouts are in decent spots. This case is so far so good, nothing too alarming. Now this crucial drive is admittedly not too large, 500 gigs. We'll get you by with a few games, modern games in 2022, maybe just one or two if we're talking about like Call of Duty style games. But you can always expand this very easily later, throw in a 1 terabyte hard disk drive for like 30, 40 bucks, and you'll have a lot more room for your games. Musatex includes a cute little SSD tray. Sits like that. We've got our SSD in there, and we'll tighten it down with a single screw. Now our power supply install, it's going to be pretty straightforward because we have a smaller unit, but this Musatex case, again, doesn't have a lot of clearance front to back, so what you might need to do to accommodate yours is remove this hard disk drive tray. Now if you do that, of course, you're not going to be able to throw in a 3.5-inch drive and securely mount it to the chassis. So bear that in mind if you're going with a larger unit. You can see ours is pretty slim front to back, and I believe it'll fit without issue. It's an awfully tight one, but it'll work. There we go, and then we'll just tighten it down from the rear. 24 pin going in. I'm trying my best to stay out of the light so that Jeremy can see what he's looking at. Oh, eventually it'll get in there, maybe, sort of, kind of wiggle it in. Nope. This is like the most complicated 24 pin install I've ever run into. Now, yeah, I know that doesn't look all that pretty right now, and that's because we still got a cable manage, which we're gonna do off camera. Be right back.
2,000 years later.
All right, and a few minutes have passed. Okay, more like maybe 15. Took a little while here. I'm a bit concerned about the right panel sliding on because there's some bulk here, and there's not a lot of space behind the motherboard tray. I mean, it looks decent considering we're just running with stock PSU cables, but I'm concerned. So what I'm gonna do is try to slide this on as, ew, yeah. We're gonna have a bit of a problem. So Jeremy, bring that camera up above. I'm gonna show y'all how to handle cable bulk. This is the trick here. So when you've got stuff that's poking up, you know, just, it's not easy to flatten down. What we're gonna have to do is lay the case right side up, and then we're gonna lay the right panel down. We're gonna push real hard with our forearms and other parts of our body. Let's see, I can almost get it in there. That is not it. It's a little complicated. to get it to hook in. Okay, I think, nope, still missed it. God dang it. One of these days, we'll get it. It's, ow. There, okay. We did it, and quickly tighten down at the rear, 2 thumb screws, and that, my friends, is how you secure our right side panel on a case that has minimal cable management behind the motherboard tray. It's Greg certified. All right, and last thing to install is our graphics card, this beautiful RX 6600 XT, which I'm not sure if I've worked with yet. I might have thrown it in a build or two just temporarily, but you can see triple fan card, very, very good looking, and it just requires a single 8-pin connection there. So this is a well-built card. Aorus, again, it's AMD, so if you want to build with an AMD graphics card, the 6600 XT and just the vanilla 6600, both of these cards are very good value units in mid to late 2022. Ow! Oh, something just stabbed me on this card. It's this freaking pointy piece right here, dude. I'm not kidding. That just dug into my skin. Holy cow. Usually it's the rear IO shields that get you, but oh, dude, you know what
You guys are getting a special treat on this episode.
No, you know, I didn't even think about the card not fitting. Wait. I think we can finesse it. I think. Oh, it will. It'll fit. Yo, it fits. Look at that. Now you certainly couldn't, show them on this side here, you certainly couldn't fit a 360mm AIO in here as well up front. There's just no way. You could fit a 240 up top, but yeah, not a 360 up front. So these full-size triple fan graphics cards from Gigabyte, they will fit in this, but just barely. We'll connect to this supplemental 8-pin PCIe power cable. And then we'll tighten this down at the rear, and she'll be good to go. Wow, this is a pretty sweet looking rig, considering it doesn't really cost all that much to put together. I mean, we're talking under $1,000 here. Jeremy, what are you doing?
Nothing.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Stop! Stop! What are you doing? I think the icing on the cake here would be maybe some custom cable extensions. You can get some pretty cheap kits, like 30 bucks or so from Amazon. The issue I have here is there's not a lot of room behind the motherboard tray, and those extensions do bulk things up quite a bit. So we're just gonna have to rock with the ketchup and mustard cables for now, though they can be added later. I also like that we have a small cutout here to show off the power supply, although this one is a pretty cheap one, nothing really to brag about. It's a nice little extra feature there. All around, very clean. We were able to cable manage enough on the left side. I'm overall pretty satisfied with the case. So let's give this a shot. Make sure that it turns on. Ooh, I like the RGB. Looking real cool, and I think we can cycle through the colors as well. Yes, we can. It's pretty cool. Trying to get a static, there we go, static colors here. Looking for white. White tends to look the best. Yes, that's really cool. Are we gonna get a post though? It's saying there's something wrong with DRAM. Oh, you guys get a fix or flop episode baked into this one. Oh, okay, there we go. We just had to be patient. I think it was just training memory, and we were seeing some weird debug LEDs, but this is good to go. So what I'm gonna do is put one of my own drives in that I've already preloaded AMD drivers onto. It's got Windows on there as well, and we're gonna run just a few benchmarks so you guys can see what it's capable of. Now, at this point, if you are in need of a Windows 10 key for activation, be sure to check them out via the link in this video's description if you haven't already. And if you followed steps from earlier, you should have a key in hand ready to activate. Once you've installed and loaded into Windows, click the Start button and type the word Activate. Click Change Product Key, and then copy and paste the key you received from VIP SCD Key. Give it a few moments to activate, and then voila, the OS should be fully activated, no more watermark. And if you run into any errors, be sure to reference the version of Windows that you're currently running with the key you purchased from their site. They need to match, and if you aren't copying and pasting the key, double check that it's been entered verbatim. These OEM keys lock to the hardware in your rig, so you shouldn't worry about losing activation status unless you change a major component in your rig like a motherboard or CPU down the line. And remember, this special back-to-school sale from VIP SCD Key is only running for a limited time through September 20th. Be sure to use our offer code, again, GSVIP, to ensure you're saving 30% on your next purchase. By the way, you can find other great products on their website at deep discounts during this time, so be sure to check them out if you haven't either. Now let's see how our PC performs. Now while we're running some benchmarks off to the left there, I want to show you what the left side panel looks like installed. You can see transparent tempered glass, no real tint here, which I like. You can see the insides without hindrance. And this is a swinging door. You can very easily remove it just by picking it up. It slides off the rails. And it's got this nice little, this cute little handle here. You want to show them that up close, Jeremy? Show them up close. Look at that handle. It's so cute. What? Oh, and by the way, it closes magnetically, so.
It's really nice.
It's actually pretty cool in a case that you can get for 80 bucks. Not bad. All right, so our score was 9241 in 3D Mark Time Spy course with a 6600 XT, and we just have the 5600G in here, so we'll have slightly higher CPU scores with the real thing. But compared to other computers out there that have run this Time Spy test, this one is better than 55% of all submitted results, and that, my friends, is not bad at all for a mid to low range gaming PC in 2022. Not that this is low range. I want to stress again, this is a very balanced system, but you could spend a lot more money on much better hardware. And that's not to say that you're going to get the same kind of value out of that hardware, but I think this is the sweet spot. You get a lot of potential in this for the amount of money paid. I don't think you're going to build something this, I don't want to say expensive, but I don't want to say affordable either, because it's several $100s worth of gear, but I don't think you'll be disappointed with how much you spend on this once you see what it's actually capable of. So now that we know how it stacks up, and of course the system has been built, the last thing I want to do in this video, he doesn't know about, this is his build.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I made my mind up a little earlier when you said you wanted to give this to Lydia or something like this.
No,
so
it's not.
yeah, so give it to Lydia.
No,
so,
you're messing with me.
So he actually just got married, and
my gosh,
I didn't give him a present.
What?
I've been paying his normal paycheck for what he does for the channel, but I haven't given him an actual wedding gift yet. So yeah, it's not like super high end, but
What?
I do think it's a pretty sweet rig, considering what you would pay for it if you wanted to build it yourself. And I think she'll really like it.
By the way.
That's okay. I know he's moving the camera. It's okay. I think she'll be really happy with it, and I think it looks pretty clean as well. You can customize some things if you want in the future. There's some upgradability there, but all around it'll play games no problem. If you guys want to play Minecraft together, are you into Minecraft?
Yeah.
I'm into Minecraft, and it looks nice too, right? Musatex did a good job of this case. I'm impressed with the way it looks. So we're gonna get Windows installed on the SSD that's in here, and make sure that that's all good to go, and we'll pack it up and throw it in your car. How's that, Jeremy?
That's insane.
Not bad, huh? See, I told you it was worth filming. I was giving him
Yeah.
crap because he was shaking the camera earlier. I'm like, see, it all paid off. See?
Yep.
See? Method to my madness.
What's that for?
You.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
That's not. You're lying.
No, I'm not.
What? No, you're lying.
Also, probably a lot of people are going to see right now, so say hi.
Happy wedding. Is that what you're supposed to say?
I think so.
Oh, yes, happy wedding. Yeah, there's your wedding gift, I guess.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's not much. It's not crazy expensive or anything, but I mean, it's something to get you started, and you can game with it and stuff. So.
That's so nice of you
So,
guys.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you, Greg.
No, don't worry about it. He worked a little bit too. He was just shaking the camera the whole time, but
Yeah.
doing his part.
Wow.
Change the
You
LEDs
guys.
so you can do all kinds of cool colors. Rainbow. Oh yeah, rainbow. So this one was fun with a cool little twist at the end. Again, I think that it's balanced. I think that the combination of hardware makes a lot of sense. So if you're in the market for something that costs around 800 bucks or so, and I'm totally spitballing this because I haven't actually priced out these components. I'm just kind of just ballparking what I think it will cost in today's market, and you'll see a PC part picker overlays here when I mention it for verification, or if there's any discrepancy in the price. It's just an all-around pretty solid rig that's not going to totally break the bank, and I think it makes a lot of sense, especially first-time builders. They're not getting their feet too wet, and they're not overexposing themselves, spending thousands of dollars on hardware that may not even work together in the end. That's one of the big concerns that first-time builders have, is parts compatibility. But all of this should work straight up. And if you're buying a modern B550 motherboard like this one from Gigabyte, it's guaranteed to work even with 5000 series Ryzen CPUs. So you shouldn't have any issues there with the BIOS incompatibility. With that said, if you'd like to build a system very similar to this one, or even exactly the same, again, I'll have all these parts linked in the video description, tied to our Amazon affiliate account. So if you buy something through those links, we do get a small kickback, around like 2 to 3%, but it does help and it does add up over time. I really hope that Jeremy can get this home safe and sound. He's got a 5-hour drive tomorrow, but other than that, should be plug and play. I've got Windows installed, and she's pretty powerful considering what, again, it would cost to build. If you enjoyed this one, give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. Let me know what you think about the video in the comment section below, and consider subscribing if you have not already. Jeremy, shout out to you for filming, and hopefully the footage is not super shaky this time. We'll only know after we finish filming, so let me know in the comment section if it's rough. Actually, let him know. Just direct all your hate to Jeremy. He can handle it. Right?
Maybe.
This is why I pay him the big bucks. Thanks so much for watching again. My name's Greg. Thanks for learning with me.